Hi everyone, it's Sue, and for my next Aunty Vera Scrap and Craft creative team project, I'm going to make some vintage tags, or rather vintage inspired tags. Now I have with me, I have some vintage papers that I have from my own stash. I have the Carta Bella Paper Company Frames and Tags pack. I have the chipboard phrases, what's left from the last project I did. Now I do have 3 of the papers. I'm not sure if I'll use them all. I've got tags, baskets, antique floral and floral corners from the Carta Bella Farmhouse Market collection. And I do also have 3 pieces of craft cardstock from my own stash. Alright, so what I thought I would do, because there's sort of a vintage vibe going on with the paper collection and the ephemera bits, I thought I'd make some tags. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to use these tags in the little journal that I made on a previous video, as a previous project, or whether they will be separate. Now, what I did was with the journal, if you did see the journal, I have swapped out the rings for some smaller ones. I actually had to go out and get some smaller ones, so they look much better as smaller tags. I've put the ribbon, just tied a ribbon around there as well. This ribbon came from, if I've still got the name of the packaging, probably not knowing me, this one here. Now this was, I think it was my last packet. Here we go, Back to Basics ribbons, the Dovecraft Pretty in Pink, Back to Basics. So that ribbon came from this pack, which I think might have been from my last unboxing for last month, I think. Alright, so yeah, as I was saying, I'm not sure if I'm going to put these tags in the journal or not yet. Quite often with my journals, I prefer to leave them fairly blank or naked, simply because when I use it to, you know, whatever I'm using it for, I kind of like to put the pages together and the tags and things as I'm doing it to suit sort of the need that I have at the time. So I thought I'd make some tags anyway, because I can either use them in there or they can be used for other things as well. So the bases of the cards are going to be the cardstock, and I will use the papers and ephemera and the vintage papers to decorate them. So I'm going to cut my tags. Not really sure how big they're going to be. I do like reasonably large tags, especially if you're journaling on them. I think you kind of need them to be a reasonable size, and if you're going to pop a photograph on or something like that, you do need them to be a reasonable size. Now I'm thinking I'm going to have to turn the mat around again, because as I've said before, I don't like using cutters. Okay, let me see. Alright, so I've lined that up, and I'm thinking probably about there, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 centimeters wide. Whoops, everything's falling down. And let me see, lengthwise I think about there, so that would be about there, which would be, it looks like it's about 20 centimeters. So 20 centimeters long, and I might just write that down if I can find something to write with. So it's 27 centimeters long or tall and 9 centimeters wide. So just looking at my journal, yes, it will fit in. Yep, it will fit in, just in case. Alright, so I might just cut a couple more of those and I will be back. Okay, I've done that. I've got 4. I did have a couple of little scraps left that I'll keep for something else. Now I'm just going to rotate this around because it's much more comfortable that way. Okay. Now the cardstock isn't very heavy or stiff, but by the time you've put on some paper, I think they should be okay. Now, of course, you could use recycled cardboard from cereal boxes or something. I just don't have anything really that size. A lot of mine that are left now are a lot smaller, so that's why I'm using cardstock. I prefer to use recycled cardboard, but not always possible. Okay, now looking at the papers I have, this one here, this was the tags one. This one was the one that had some leftover tags, so I really kind of want to use those as tags. So it might be a tag with a tag. I'm thinking also some pockets on them might be good as well. I do love this particular one, so I'm hoping to be able to use that. Don't mind this one. I think I will possibly use that. This one, definitely. This one here, more than likely I'll use it. Not so keen with the vintage feel for this one though. So I'm thinking to start with, I might actually start with some of the vintage book page. And I might do a little bit of collaging because just for a bit of variety on the back. Now, I will use my blade because it just gives it a little bit of an interesting edge. And we'll use some of this music paper as well. Alright, let's have a look. Okay, yep, I'm thinking I'll do that. Or actually, maybe that's better. Yeah, I think I like that better. Now, I'm not too fussed. Actually, you probably can't see it. Let me just move. My camera seems to not be where it normally is. There we go. I'm not too fussed about this little space here because I'm actually thinking of putting a pocket. So, it won't particularly matter. Let me see, which one am I going to use? As I said, I really do like this one. I think I might make the pocket out of this end, this corner, and use some of this other somehow or other on the side or on the top maybe. Okay, so I'll glue this down and I'm just using a glue stick. I am debating in my head whether I will sew the edges of the tags. Bit of a debate going on, not sure. Now I might just move that a little bit over. I do like the sewn edges, I must admit. Okay, now I'm just going to make sure this edge here is glued down. Alright. And of course, ideally, you'd make a couple of these backgrounds and then you'd let them dry before you start to trim them off. But because I'm impatient and also doing a video, I'm going to do it as I go. Not sure how many I'll get done. I don't want the video to go forever. Okay. Make some space for myself. Okay, now let me see, just move those out of the way and that out of the way. Let me see, a pocket. Now it's 9 centimeters wide, so it's going to have to be 9 centimeters. Now I am conscious of the fact I have glue in the corner here too, so I might just pop that over there. Trim this to the size I'd like. I hope everybody's really good at the moment. Things are a little bit better here now. More and more people are going back to work and things are moving along. you know, we still have to take precautions and things, but I think that's going to be the case for quite some time, so it's a matter of really getting used to it now and just, you know, being careful with what we do, which isn't too bad. We probably all needed a reminder anyway. So there, and let me see how deep my pocket should be. Now it's just going to be a flat pocket. I'm thinking I might actually freehand cut this and make it more of a tuck spot than a pocket. So let's see how I go with that. Just looking and see if these are the best scissors. Probably not. Here we go. Alright, so pop that out of the way. Alright, now that is dry, so I'm thinking if I pop that there, let me see, that can be like a tuck spot in there. I think that would work. One thing I didn't do is cut the top corners to make it like a tag. So, about there, flip it and put it on the corner. Just pop it on so that it sort of matches. And there we go. Okay, so there's that like that. Now, let me see, what can we do to decorate? Now I do have these. I'm thinking actually one of those up there. Yeah, I might do that and actually cut it and glue it down. So, which one? I think that one. Of course, it'd be the one in the middle because that's just typical. That was my daughter on the phone explaining why she can't come to dinner on a Sunday. Trying to organise the dinner because we really haven't seen my kids for a while because of all this lockdown. Because they've both been still working, they've been reluctant to visit. So, you know, because they're sort of, oh, you've got to be careful with older people. So, and they're working with the public, so they're both a little bit reluctant. So, there we go, just popped a hole in that. So, I said, no, really, it's time to catch up. Okay, so I'm thinking, so far, and now I might bring you in a little bit. Oops, too wide. And there we go. Pretty sure my camera's moved because I seem to be moved more that way. Alright, we do have some other ephemera bits and pieces here. So let's have a look. Yeah, so hopefully they'll be able to come for dinner next week. And if she can't, she'll be having to justify why. Oh dear. Kind of cute, one of those little things. And this is lovely as it is, so I'm reluctant to put too much on there. Oh, that would look nice, I think. Yeah, I quite like that. Yep, I think that's how I'm going to do this one. I'll just grab some of the Distress ink and I'll do some distressing. Now this is the darker one, so the walnut stain. So just very lightly, very quickly. Now with these tags, you can pop something on the back if you like. You could put lines or put some sort of neutral coloured paper. I'm actually going to leave them because when I come to use them, I'll decide then what I'm going to put on them, or I might leave them like that. I'm not fussed. I actually don't mind writing on cardstock. I quite like the look of it, so I think I'll leave that. Now I'll just do these ones very quickly. Whoops, a bit too dark that one. Alright, so glue this down. Something to lean on. These are really lovely papers. They really are. I love the soft watercolour flower look of them. I'll pop that one on that side actually. Now this one I don't think I'll glue down. I might just glue across the bottom just to hold it in place because I will sew that one. Quite like that. So as I said, I will sew that one, but I quite like that. Should look nice. Alright, so let's have a look at another one. Where are we? Got so much stuff all over my table here. Alright, let's have a look. Don't want to do it exactly the same, but actually maybe do it the other way. That one like so. Is it going to fit? I think it might. Good. There we go, nice and simple. I don't think there's any need to make it too complicated. So as I would have said in my unboxing video, hop along to the Aunty Vera Scrap and Craft online store, because these papers and any of the other bits and pieces I received in my pack, and as the other ladies did as well, received stuff, you do get a discount on those for the month. So definitely worth looking, because you know, there's some gorgeous papers. This one, I just love this one. So I'm thinking this one can be a pocket here somehow. Might make that just a standard sort of a pocket. So it was not, oops, that's not very stuck. It is 9 centimeters across. And I'm just going to cut this freehand. Now let me see, how deep should we have the pocket? I think just 3 of those. These are quite cute too, these little drawers actually. Okay, so that's what that will look like there. Now let's have a look, how can we decorate this? Just stress the edges because that always lifts it anyway, I find. Yep, and I need to trim the corner. One thing I didn't do is put the hole in the top for the tag. Of course, you don't have to, I guess, if you're going to do something other than, you know, something that goes up the top. Just if you're going to do a tab or something, you can just simply staple it on or glue it on. You don't have to do a hole. Alright, oh, I'm off screen, sorry. I'm really going to have to do something about this camera. So, let's have a look. What have we got? What's this here? Oh, Home Sweet Home. This one. Whatever you do, do it with heart. Okay, that's quite nice. This one's pretty as well. This one's white, and I think because that's a little bit more cream on the back, and that looks upside down, so I'm going to turn it that way. I'm thinking that's why I like this one, but I do need something else. So actually. That's, no, I don't like that one. What about this here? Vintage. What about, let's have a look what we've got here. Okay, not sure about those yet. Most of these are a bit whiter, so for me, I kind of like that one. And what I might do, I'm thinking, ooh, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a second pocket. Okay, all right. Now, it's not going to be as deep as the first pocket. Cut this straight without measuring. So what I'm thinking is a second pocket up there. So basically pop something in there and something in there. I quite like that idea. And I am thinking, so that you know it's a pocket, I think a little divot in there might be useful. So we'll just grab this, make sure I get it up the right way. And just eyeball the middle. I like to do them upside down with this particular punch because it's just easier to see where you're punching, and I'm just popping them together so I can get the same. Doesn't want to work. Alright, let's just... That will go there, with that there, and I'll just distress those edges. Got to be careful with this one, it actually will pop out, and it's like a frame as well, so, but I'm going to use it as a hole. And now I'm thinking, what am I going to put here? I might pop that one there actually. Pop it up there so it's got less chance of being covered, but I still need something here now. Let me see, what have we got here? A little flower would be nice, but maybe if I add, just thinking, do I have any, just some small flowers? Okay, what I do have, what I do have is some trim with some small little flowers on, so I'm going to use that. Yep, and I might put one on the next one. Yes, I do like that. I'll just lift it up, show you what I mean. And basically, we've got a pocket up here and a pocket there. Okay, let's glue it down, glue what we can anyway, or what I can. And then I'll need to sew them on the sewing machine. Thinking craft glue is probably the better one. Okay, so I'll just pop that to a side and I'll sew that in a minute. Now I'm going to do one more and we'll see if we can do it a little bit quicker, because I do think that the video is going to be a little bit long otherwise. I seem to be running out of space, I really do. That's useful because that means that I can take this in half, do it like that. Okay, which is the better half, that one, and put it like that. Yep, I think that'll work. Not sure how old this piece of paper is, but it feels and looks very old. Okay, we need a little bit more glue up the middle. Okay, chop the corners I did that one a little bit bigger. Just there we go. Okay. Distress the edges, which I did not do on the last one. I've just realised. Ooh, a bit darker this one. Now let me see. Maybe this paper here. Although I really did like those little drawers. This one's going to have a tuck spot rather than a pocket, I think. And I'm going to cut the drawers so that they will fit, which is upside down because they go that way. Now let me see, up to that blue one. To have less working space. I'm not sure what's going on. Just things building up around me, I think. Okay, now I actually think that would be the better side. Although I quite like it there. Might pop it there. Over. Trace where it needs cutting. Okay, quite like that. Let's have a look. What could we do? Okay, I think I might use... where is it? How do I get in? It's upside down. There we go. This one here, the happy place, and pop that like so. Now it'll have to sit on there because it's sticky backed. So I'm thinking maybe I don't like that there. So I'd like it to actually come a little bit further over. Let's have a look. What else we got? This one's quite nice. But I think it's too much with that one. Sure. I don't want to cover those too much, that's the thing, because I quite like those. So maybe what I should do is just stick something on the other side here. Do it that way. Something like this, maybe. No, don't quite like that. What else we got? Antique. Just looking at how this flower goes. I think it goes that way. Maybe it will take... Oh, hang on, maybe. No. Take that out and just pop that, I think. Might just pop that. I think I'll do that. So I'll glue that down. Alright, what I might do now is just pause the video, go and sew all of these, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Now what I have done, I've sewn around the edge with a zigzag stitch on each of the tags. Then I've actually used a little bit of a doily offcut to put on the top as like a little bit of a tag. So that's that one, and as you can see, that's a tuck spot there that you can pop things into. We have this one, so same again, similar topper and zigzag stitch, and of course there's the pocket there. And the last one has a slightly different offcut of doily. It has the pocket here and of course the pocket here, which I did actually glue across the bottom as well. So then we have two pockets. So they are my tags made with the Cartabella Farmhouse Market papers from Aunty Vera Scrap and Craft. Remember that those papers are on sale at the moment on the online store, as is the ephemera and things I used as well. So pop along if you'd like to make some tags like this yourself. If you don't have any vintage sort of book page or anything, you could always use just a normal book page if you've got some books that are falling apart, or just pick one up from the op shop. If they don't look old enough, you can always tea dye them as well to make them look a little bit older as well. So there's some tags that you can use. You can use them in your journals. You can make them smaller, of course, or you can use them simply to pop in some ephemera to send to someone and write a nice message on the back. So they are my tags. Thank you very much for joining me. Make sure that you are checking out the blog as well, so that you see the other ladies' projects also. The links will all be in the description box too. All right, thank you very much, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.